Alright, so me na say o share for the records. Na me can say him feel grooming and barbers e want Dome commercial bank in Chewa him feel grooming and barbers. Superb classic men's grooming place e wo ho. Yenko na yenkonko yeti. Now you move away from him feel grooming and barbers. Nien share the MPP primaries, the strength and the weaknesses of the candidates. Yes, starting here analyzing what one after the other, in no particular order, in no particular preference style. Just that unfortunately, see a fair free for more. You better do so on here. Now let's pick a year one more. GD say they have the potential to even cross the 5 to the next level for them to win. You best start here with Dr. Bawumia, so not because we prefer him, but because Ono the vice president. And in a year ascendancy, in fact, is it descendancy order? Let's do descendancy order instead of ascendancy order. So Dr. Bawumia, vice president of the republic and a candidate of the MPP primaries, yeah, they analyzing the strength, the weakness, anyone we think we will give you all the analysis of a year for the record, the editorial. For the records, we did work at the Afrifa-Mensah. You moving near radio. MPP primaries. Yeah, for the records, Yatsina analyzing. And you want to say, and you may be back in favor of Dr. Bawumia. TNU. And you may be back in favor of Dr. Bawumia. And you may be so back no. San your man in favor na ebi ne be analyze ya kire. Now, within the NPP party, let nobody confuse themselves and say the dynamics of today's year primaries is the same as 2008. And we will show you the dynamics of a year and May primaries and the dynamics of 2008 are different, totally different. Dr. Bawumia is incumbent vice president. At the time of the 2008 election, none of the candidates was an incumbent vice president except Aliyu Mahama. But the personality of Aliyu Mahama then wasn't so forced to reckon with, just like Dr. Bawumia. The other can you be political best. Political best. Every human being be a person who year or politics you must have a political birth. You can political birth. When you pick somebody like J.J. Rollins, the political birth was a yes side the coup now June 4th revolution. That is the political birth of J.J. Rollins. Anytime we are associating a year say J.J. Rollins to politics, the first thing that comes to the minds of the people, the foremost minds of the people, a year June 4th revolution. Over President Kufuor, the political birth, when he was appointed as deputy minister at the age of 29 during the Buzia's regime. Over Obi to say a Kufuor political birth, Obiano on top of your head. When we mention a Kufuor in politics, the first thing that comes to your mind is Kumipreko demonstration. It's truth. Political birth. Now, when you pick somebody like John Dramani Mahama, he has his political birth. In fact, sorry to say, John Dramani Mahama do not have a political birth. It's in our struggle here in the early stages of a year, the dominion over NDC. That is how come he even lost the 2016 election, because the cadre front of the NDC, they did not want him. Now you move away now, but before me to say one podaka. What I'm trying to say is that somebody must have a political birth. If we are talking about political birth, that put Dr. Bawumia to the limelight of politics. Undoubtedly, Obian himself a year 2013. Is it 2013? Presidential election petition. That was what gave Dr. Bawumia the political birth of a year this country. Dr. Bawumia was the Kufuor's candidate in 2008. By the way, election and with him, Ricardo officer in Yamano, Yanti, Asia Papa, Oko Zimbabwe, Oko African Development Bank, Oko CCC. No Nyanya political bet. Had Dr. Bawumia won the election in 2008, fast forward, become presidential, as a vice president in 2008, and Kasa clouds now Ukraine and Nenua, ama MPP no be forced to reckon with and go betwam to say the Aluma Ametwam. But by 2013, Dr. Bawumia has solidified the grounds within the NPP. So Dr. Bawumia had a political bet in 2013. Now, we a political bet everywhere. Your friend be called leadership, called leadership. In politics, there is something called called leadership. You don't just become a leader. A leader in politics is the one that has built leaders around him, So at some point, he has a very large base, and so large base, not because they have a direct access to that leader, but because of the people that Dr. Bawumia has built. Those people will also have, okay, go for Mwasi or Matam, Sanko for the Somko, Sanko for the Swatambia Somko, and a Sanko for the Tambia Somko, and Sanko for the Dr. Bawumia, Esisro. TNA. In the last 16 years of NPP politics, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia had created core leadership for himself within the NPP. Believe you me, if there is one person within the NPP that has actually built boys, for boys are not omunyobia to all of a sudden become somebody within the NPP, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has done so well. If you pick boys like Samia Uku, Nanabi National Organizer, they are all proteges and upbringing. Oman a year Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the making one more TNA. When you're a politician, now we name the act of say making call for the act of building people and you are wasting your time. If there is one person within NPP and why you are there when it comes to whether open asemu, a body called leadership, and until when it BT a year Alan Cheramatin in 2008, a year Nanado Lakofado. Kenye na nabi dan kwa kufa do tiwe e ba ne say yam build the boys yam tria boys school fees mo mu nko school e no dia otan wo kodura yinimirika. The current general secretary of the MPP Justin Kodua the school fees or the Beko law school na nabi dan kwa kufa do ne tri botom sika etuai Anthony Abayifaka bo na nabi ne tri botom sika etuai na nadu dia yenhwe boys dia yentria boys school fees yam build the boys. One hour, second to none within the MPP. So Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, learning from the master, has within the last few years been able to build boys within the MPP, Henry Korte and the rest. Now, Obiwa Busa said, call leadership, build the boys. What is the effect? Effect, and they say, Obiwa will need direct access to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Delegates here, they will never have the chance to meet Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. But these delegates, by virtue of the fact that the likes of Henry Korte, the likes of Nanabi, the likes of Samia Oku, Okoboy, the likes of Bakui, Brian Champon, by virtue of the fact that these delegates were more bosses, and no more some you immediately free or monsem, and some crofoway, not some crofoway, so a preferred candidate. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, don't forget these candidates. These delegates will vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Tia ha ne nyansa. Meme tie, se meni sayiram enam. Na se sayiram want direct access to me, but we need direct access to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Na wonim so wo pe Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia voice ate. Na so ka kire me Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia bete obenya the ears of Dr. Okojina election enwa onto abama obi an beto ma Dr. Ma because opese se Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia bana me survive ono so be survive. But Sadia no a strength and weakness. Put it there. TNA. Sadia way is a strength, a huge strength. But it's a weakness as well. Michael Mame. Yeah, but when you build people and the people take center stage, it is a strength and a weakness. You may use no. Now you're moving away from core leadership. Now you're MPP no is one ankasa the structure of the MPP and why Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and what the strength within the MPP. Over political party we divided into three. The upper class, the middle class, and the lower class of the political party. The upper class of the political party MPP. Who could do upper class what? There is a clear sharp division within the upper class. TNA. Nana Akufo-Addo on the side of the upper class. which obviously will be in support of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. President Kufuor's side, whether we like it or yes, most of them, the Kwadwo Mpianis, the Dr. Ananis, these people, as it stands today, they are the upper class of the NPP political party, but the financial muscle, because they've been out of power for so long. Some of them has lost touch with the base of the NPP. So the President Kufuor side of the upper class of the NPP, or when you now support Alanche. I'm actually not mentioning Alanche Martin's name here because you can see a year cogent analysis devoid of mentioning anybody's name. Now the upper class of the NPP that belongs to the Kufuor side, all of them, most of them, if not all, are in favor of Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. TNA. So when it gets to the upper class, Dr. Bawumia no mubeche the pepepe. Now when it comes to the middle class of the NPP, middle class of the NPP for different reasons, different interests. There is the upper middle class and there is the lower middle class of the NPP. Upper middle class of the NPP as it stands today, the likes of Hotgossip, the likes of Ambrose Derimo, the likes of Matthew Poku Prempemo, the likes of Eselausu, the likes of, and all these people, they are the upper middle class. Medical guys is the middle class where you change to the upper middle class and the lower middle class. Most of these people, for their own interest, or better still, for their own survival, they want to maintain the system. This maintaining of the system, either it becomes a weakness or a strength. We will show you when we get to the weakness side. So Dr. Muhammad Bawumia won the support of the upper middle class of the party. The Slowusus, the Hotgossip, the Kenatefwa, the this, all of them, upper middle class. The you can say national security minister, Kandapa. All of them, by virtue of the fact that they want to sustain the system, almost support it. And don't forget, these are people within the last 8 years, they have been able to make inroads in the party. And the delegates, one more bear 5, 10 B, Eshombutum, Ayomodia, is one with the delegates near the NBD. Don't forget that the election and then the whole MPP party never got to election. And your delegates can create about 200 and something thousand. Now, let's assume, say, some ministers see, Obiawo Ebia delegates bear 10 at our side. So, upper middle class of the MPP. Obiawo 10. Upper middle class or middle class almost supported a Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, Ebuwa, almost vice presidential ambition. Ofa Duchumu, almost supported Dr. Bawumia, Ofa Hotgossip, Ofa Fremont Paris, Wamunina, the upper middle class of the party, almost supported. Unlike in 2008, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, in 2008, Alanche Martin and Kufuor, they both had their upper class. But now Alanche Martin were more of upper class. Kufuor did not have much of the upper class because Kufuor was the one controlling there. The middle class of the MPP, Kufuor and Alanche Martin chemu pepepe. Now I will come and show you the trick. Now when we come to the lower middle class, the lower middle class of the MPP, Samia Oku, Brian Champong, you can say, Greater Accra Minister, Henry Quarty, and I will let you listen to Henry Quarty tell what Dr. Muhammad Bawumia echo filing a year and there you know. Henry Quarty's statement to make you all these people, including DCs across the nation, or when him say, to me, you're very funny that a bet to me a movie away. If Alanche Martin should come in, to me be movie away, and also your strength and your weakness, we will come there because our grassroots base, but it's a strength. All these people knows that say to me shifted within the political party, most of them will not survive. There will be a new crop of people taking over. TNU. Now this is the case where the likes of Nanabi, the likes of Samia Oku, the likes of Brian Champo, the likes of all these people who are within the lower middle class of the MPP, omunya wo madwene se be previous ombema to me a shifted away from them to the next person ebema who faith within politics ebe dwindle. They are never, yes, the likes of John Kumamoni Adenyina, all of them are supporting Dr. Muhammad Bawumia because their survival within the MPP to the next stage, to the next phase, is dependent on Dr. Muhammad Bawumia retaining a seat. And nobody should downplay the importance of these young boys. Believe you me, in the last 8 years of a year MPP being in power, don't joke what these boys have been able to do. These boys have managed to build inroads within the party, having a hold of the delegates who are going to vote. And I've told you, when a delegate is so sure that make at the chair Afrifa-Mensah, the candidate in here, na me the boy, I didn't even be here, me more survive. Politics is all about interest. Everyone has an interest in politics. And will be another delegate to talk about personal interest, self-interest. Everybody has a self-interest. Now, most of these boys are one declare almost support for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. The strength in it is that a delegate base beer, they move them like magnet. TNA. It's that delegate base in the Sabaya 2 years ago na Saba we 2 you. TNA Bekayi. Saba is in so much declare almost support for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Boys way, especially somebody like Samia Oku in the last years, said the Samia Okwesia shop boys wukuma. Said the Nanapia virus, Saga and MPP and Janua. Imagine Nanapia virus say, or no, I declare the support for you. Now it has become like Nanapia virus and the women's organizer of the MPP. Because the women wing of the MPP, and yet the youth through loyal ladies, Nanapia virus has control over all of them. Most of these young people are delegates as well. So why do you think these young guys, these young ladies, they will move in there and go and vote for any other candidate when they know that their survival within the party is dependent on the survival of Nanapia virus? Pay attention. So the system is in such a way that in 2008, the difference between Alan Chiremating and Nanado, which is not playing the game here, is that in 2008, Nanado had managed to solidify the grassroots base of the NPP. Now, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, over the years, through the help of Akufo-Addo, where the support base of Akufo-Addo within the grassroots were inherited, on one Dr. Bawumia also, Watimia Meki some grassroots support base. And the boys in there try to watch also one grassroots support base. It's become a triple effect which is going to propel him to the next stage. Where one support base, Akufo-Addo inheriting support base, and they boys now what building almost support base. Nobody should downplay it. Nobody. Now, when I talk about strength and I talk about weakness, say, Sanyama way can be a weakness. It all boils back to the fact that, and I'm saying, I'm way a support base, they want to sustain themselves politically. Idea bet me about said there can be an apathy. Say, and Crawford, our munya, a year the chance to be in these positions. Or Monso Bakacha or Mon Crawford say, Montua Bentia, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, no one finding Crawford in United, and call a new set of people. But let's not forget that this is a delegate election. It will more rising or Udidi or rising. Let me go there. Aha. The other rising in DC now won't downplay any effect on making sure so supporting Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Say DC, or boys a 3 or 4 or 5. Some boys near delegates. MP now won't downplay the support for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Or boys a 3, 4 or 5. MP no, or also the boys 3, 4, 5 near delegates. Some minister no supporting Bawumia, I go downplay and say system no enya papa. It's go for both no. Almost support base we did you okay, and it's a delegates conference. So there's a likelihood that this support base they will all vote for Bawumia, not because of Bawumia himself. Now, weakness, and they say at some point the people will want change within the NPP. And for that matter, this system now, which is in favor of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia and is likely would say, bet me use to their win, there can be an apathy. And I'm say, one more show more rising, one delegate here, boys, here, one one echo rising. Yes, the general well-being of the political party MPP there. And Kofo Embre wo mo a ombe pese aka Dr. Muhammad Bawumia na Akufo-Addo munyina get out. But some Kofo no woni vote, woni vote. Wọ́n vote no ye Jerry Eastern Regional Youth Organizer and Kofo Eastern Regional Youth Organizer so ope Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Ashanti Regional why want to me all downplay want to me importance want to me so say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. So all these people delegating, they make them so the apathy can happen. But I don't see the apathy happening when the delegate who are supposed to rise and say we want to change the system are the delegates benefiting. So the strength of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia has been because over the years he has built a core leadership within the NPP party. He has a political birth and he has a little bit of the upper class. He has the middle class, the upper middle class, and the lower middle class. And he has the grassroots for various reasons. Various reasons. But Sadia can become a weakness. But Sadia it can become a weakness. When the people understand that Waba, 16 years, now, another thing that can become a weakness for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia is the Akufo-Addo factor. Akufo-Addo the one power within the party. So, Nkofo Bekase, Otu Abama Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, it is a direct vote for Akufo-Addo. And for that matter, Omfani Nkuku Nkaka Nyinaede. Uncle. Just like we did to Mills. So that becomes a weakness for Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. Another weakness will be that Dr. Muhammad Bawumia over the years, almost say, and now my memoir Akufo-Addo Bunti, what the call election, winning and breaking the 8, be difficult. The message will be difficult, and also making a weakness. But all in all, we, for the record, we've presented to you why we think Dr. Muhammad Bawumia has a hold of the political party NPP, and the likelihood, and the strength, and the weakness will determine the fate of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia. No preference, no choice. We are only stating fact to you. And that's it.